Good morning friends, welcome back to my channel Coding Environment. This video will be the continuation of the last video where I tried to explain what is abstract factory design pattern and what is factory design pattern. So let's move on and see what is builder design pattern. So what is a builder design pattern? Builder design pattern is a type of the creational design pattern which is used to create the objects into any other programming language. So if I have to define the builder design pattern, it separates the construction of the complex object from its representation so that the same construction process can create the different representation. Feels confusing? Let me show it with an example. So before I show you an example, let me tell you the biggest benefit of the builder design pattern. So the biggest benefit of the builder design pattern is used to create the immutable classes which is having the large set of attributes. So this is very important thing. It should have a very large set of attributes. So in the above definition also you have seen that it is used to create the complex object. So why it is a complex object? Because it has a very large set of attributes and each attributes can be set differently. So let me show you with the example where the builder design pattern is used and what is the biggest problem it is solving into the object oriented programming language. Now just suppose if you have a user A and it had some property like first name, last name, age, phone and address. So here you can see it has only 5 property. Now if I will tell you that we have to create a immutable object of this user A, what you have to do? You have to pass all this parameter into the constructor and set all these values at the time of creating the object itself, right? So what you will do is you will provide a constructor and you will ask all these inputs in the constructor. So this is the user and you are passing all these inputs into the constructor to create a immutable objects. And what you will do, you will not provide any setter for this, right? So if you don't provide any setter for all these parameters and if you set all these values at the time of constructing the object itself, the object will be a immutable object, right? Because there will be no way to change the value because all these values you will set it as a private and there will be no setter for these parameters. So this is a immutable class, right? Now suppose all these fields are not compulsory. For me, the first name, last name and age is compulsory for creating the user A and these two is not compulsory. So what you will do, you will create a constructor and ask only those 3 parameters which is compulsory and you will not ask those 2 other parameters. So in this, you will not ask this phone number and the address and these 3 parameters you will set. So you will create a new constructor here and then you will ask only 3 parameters. In other scenario, it can have that there is only 4 parameters is required and the 5th is not required. So what you're going to do is to create a multiple set of constructor asking different parameters each time to create an object for the different representation. So if you see the definition, what it was saying is you are going to create a complex object because it has a very large set of parameters and the representation of the objects can be different. So how the representation will be different? So in one of the representation, the phone number is not important. In the other representation, it can be the address is not important. So you will end up in creating a large set of constructor. Now just assume that instead of 5, you have a 10 parameters here, and then you are going to create a like 10 or 20 constructor itself to create the user A for the different representation. So this is one way to create the object, right? And in this way, you are going to create a large set of the constructor. So the other way is to provide the setter for all the fields. So if you provide the setters, you can create an empty object and then set whatever the value you want into that user object, right? But in this way, what you are going to do is you are going to lose your immutability. So you cannot create an immutable object if you are passing a setter for all the parameters, right? Because once you create the object, you should not change the value or you should not be able to change the value. But if you provide the setter for all the fields, the value can be changed anywhere in the program and that will not be an immutable object. So your builder design pattern is going to provide you a method where you can create the immutable objects with a large set of parameters without losing this immutability and without creating a large set of constructor also. So let's see how we are going to do this using the builder design pattern in a demo code. So for the sake of the time, I have already created those two classes. So one is the user class where you can see I have a 5 set of parameters which I need to set while creating the object. And also I have a driver class which will be used to create the objects. So here you can see how the builder pattern is used. Now in this builder pattern, what you can see is I have a user class and there is no setter for this all these fields. Here you can see there is all are getters, no setters for this, right? And now there is a constructor of this user class which requires a user builder class. Now this user builder is basically a class which is used to create the user object. So see here in this user builder class also I have the same fields, right? First name, last name, age, phone number and address. And then in this what I'm going to do is to create that user builder. So there is a so in all these methods, right, first name, last name, you can see what we are asking is we are asking this first name, last name, setting it to this field and then returning what? We are returning the user builder, which is this type, right? Now you can see here all these names we are creating, all this first name, last name, age, address, and finally we are constructing that user object. So when we are saying build, it is going to create a user object and then return that user. This part is just used for printing that different parameters. So here you can see what we are going to do is use to create a user constructor, and also you can see this is a private, right? So no other object can call this user object directly. So it is getting called just from here. So when you are saying user builder, this build object, this build method, right? This build method is going to create that user object and return this user, right? Now see here. Now let's see this driver code. Now in this driver code, what we are going to do is to call this user builder constructor, right? Now when you're saying create a user one, you're going to create the user builder constructor. Now once you call this user builder constructor, here you can see this will create a user builder object, right? And once you have this part, what you can do is you can keep on setting the fields which is required for you in that particular object. So in this user one object, you can assume that I need all these fields to get set, right? Now I can set all these fields and then I can at the last I can say build it. So when I'm saying at build it, this particular method is getting called and creating that particular object with all these parameters which we have passed here, right? So here see, you can see I have passed as a first name as a Prakash, last name as a Ranjan, and then you can all these other parameters. Now this is the one representation of that particular user class, right? Now suppose I want to create a different representation. So what is the representation? It's just nothing that the different value you want to set into that user. So in the user 2, suppose there is a Kaira Ranjan and that address is not required for that. So we are not setting this address. So if you see, what we can do using this builder design pattern is to create the different representation of the complex object. Complex because there is a large set of values, a large set of parameters we need to set, right? We can create the different representation of the complex object, and we are not going to lose the immutability also. So once this object is created, there is no way you can change these values. So let me run this code and show you first. Now you can see here the first user has all the parameters set, and the second user, this address is not set, right? We have not set the address, so it is saying it as a null. Now suppose if you want to change these values anywhere in your code, let's see you can do it or not. See here, you are not getting any method to change the values. All are get methods. There is no way you can change the value. So the object is also immutable. You can create as many representation as you want without creating a large set of your constructor. So let me create a new object here, user 3. And for this user, suppose you don't want this age. So what can happen? See here. And let me print this user 3 also. Okay, user 2 I removed, right? So let me give this user 2. And see here, I have not set the age, and even if I have not set the age, and now even I can create the different object also, different representation of that complex object. So if you go with the definition, what it was, right? If you see here, it was saying it separates the construction of the complex object from its representation so that the same construction process can create the different representations, right? The same construction process, you can see here, the same construction, all this construction process is same, right? We are going to create all this object and we can create different objects without losing its immutability. So this is the biggest benefit of this builder design pattern. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and stay connected. Till then, have a great day and goodbye.